Now let's learn the crocheting method for this part, which is working single crochets on the frame. When we crochet, we start with the temple, arm, using the spiral crocheting method, so there are no slip stitches, making it look neater. It's also more convenient and faster. After finishing the temples, we'll crochet the eyeglass frame. Now we'll start with the temple section. Take your yarn and work 7 single crochets for the first round. First, make a beginning chain. Work 7 single crochets. After completing the 7 single crochets, tighten the loop. To tighten the loop, gently pull the yarn tail first. Notice this thread is moving, so pull this thread tight first. Then pull the yarn tail, this thread, to secure it. Next, work the second round. Normally, many crocheting projects use slip stitch joining. When using slip stitch joining, you'd work a slip stitch into the first single crochet of the previous round. But since we're using the spiral crocheting method, we work a single crochet directly into the first stitch of the previous round to start the second round. From the second round to the 10th round, work 7 single crochets each round. When you're not familiar with it at first, you can place a stitch marker on the first stitch as a mark. Place the marker on the inside of the single crochet stitch. Specifically on the inner half loop, don't place it on the outside, otherwise there will be a hole later. Then continue working the single crochets for this round, a total of 7 single crochets. After finishing 7 single crochets, we can turn it right side out. Gently pull with a clip. Pull it over. After completing the second round, we directly start the third round. Remember, no need for slip stitch, begin from the first stitch. 7 single crochets for the third round. Continue all the way to the 10th round, always 7 single crochets. Let's crochet it. Finish the 10th round here. Now we need to work on the leg. Stuff it in here. When stuffing the leg, we can use a pair of tweezers. Make the opening a bit bigger to make it easier to stuff the leg. Like this. Now we continue crocheting single crochets on this leg. While crocheting, gently press the side of the leg that hasn't been worked on yet. Press it lightly. Insert it into the frame, so it won't interfere with crocheting single crochets on this side. Inside this leg, we still use the spiral crochet method. I crocheted 7 single crochets first. Since it's smaller here, I decreased 1 stitch. Then at this position, it's even smaller, so I decreased another stitch here. Then keep crocheting until this position. I increase 1 stitch here, and another stitch at this position. At the widest part, it's 8 single crochets. We can follow the pattern chart. Depending on how many rounds, we decrease or increase stitches. You can also judge whether to increase or decrease stitches based on your hand tension and length. All our decreases and increases are done on the inside, so it looks neater. Now we'll crochet. After putting it in, adjust this position to make it smooth and nice looking, then we'll first work a decrease. Actually, we don't need to count which round it is here. Just decrease stitches where it's narrow and increase where it's wide. This is the most convenient method. Simply spiral up like this. It's very simple, you can try crocheting it yourself. I'll explain when we reach the point where increases are needed. Now I'm working on a round with 6 single crochets. This is the narrowest part of the temple leg, so we can decrease 1 stitch here. At this position, decrease 1 more stitch. Then continue working single crochets forward. Crochet to this position and increase 1 stitch. Now crocheting to this position, it's getting a bit wide here. This is 5 single crochets, and we've reached the 20th round. Then here, at the 25th round, we'll increase 1 stitch. When increasing stitches, we also do it on the inside. Which looks better? While crocheting, you can gently push it upwards like this. Push it up a bit so it doesn't bunch together. Because if you crochet it this way, it might slide down, so we push it up slightly. Now we reach here and add 1 stitch. Work 2 single crochets in 1 stitch. Okay, just 1 increase is enough. Alright, now we continue crocheting upwards. You should all follow this method. Keep crocheting up, and when you feel it's getting too wide, just add 1 stitch. Now it's 6 stitches per round. You can go to this position where it's a bit wider, so you can increase to 7 stitches here, and then to 8 stitches at this position. Then when you crochet to this position, it's like this. When you reach this position, let me explain how to crochet the final round. Now we've crocheted up to here. There's still a little gap here, and it's almost filled at this position. So how should we crochet the last round? On the side here, work 1, 2, 3, 4 slip stitches inside. After completing the 4 slip stitches, then work 4 half double crochets. First insert the hook into this stitch, and pull the loop longer for the half double crochet. Next, crochet a half double crochet. Then it will cover this area. Here, we finish off here. Join with the first slip stitch by making a slip stitch here. And leave a bit more yarn tail than before. Let's try pushing it upwards at this position. It can cover this spot, so we'll apply a little glue to secure it here. Take the glue and squeeze a bit onto this position. Spread it. Don't apply too much, just a light coat. Push the fabric upwards. Press it down. Then we'll take this yarn tail and hide it. You can use a crochet hook, or thread it directly onto a sewing needle to hide it. Wrap the yarn tail and then cut it off. Alright, this temple is completed. Now you try the other side. When crocheting, gently bend this temple slightly, be careful not to break it. Just bend it here, then crochet around this temple. Next, crochet the frame. We start crocheting the frame from this position. See how the temple bends inward. Start inserting the hook here to crochet. Here. The trickiest part of the frame is working single crochets, where it sits on the nose bridge. Just elongate the single crochets here a bit. Let me show you how. This is what I've pre-crocheted, like this. When you reach this spot with single crochets, elongate them to wrap around both sides. Insert hook here to work single crochets. Now tighten this yarn tail. Continue working single crochets here. This section needs to be longer than the frame, so slightly elongate your single crochets. As you work the single crochets over, pull it toward this side. Pull it to this position. See, since we need to wrap it around, pull it here, and make a single crochet. Next, work single crochets. Pull it to this position. Wrap around it while crocheting. Wrap around it and continue single crochets. Like this. Push it to this side. Hold this thread and pull the back thread. Crochet it over. Continue crocheting forward, keep working single crochets. Push it over like this. Then, tighten this thread on the wrong side. Tighten this thread. Then crochet over. For the first few stitches here, we hid the yarn tail. After a few stitches, you can just cut the yarn since it gets in the way here. Cut it off. Continue crocheting. Push it to this side and tighten on the back. It's not hard, just take it slow to fill this area. Just. Continue pushing this part over. Tighten the back. Then crochet over it. Loosen the crochet hook a bit. Pull it over like this. Keep tightening and fill this spot stitch by stitch. Continue. If it's hard to handle, you can also add a bit of glue to secure it before continuing. So this area is almost completely filled. After filling this spot, we'll go back here and work single crochets directly inside this frame. Work single crochet stitch by stitch like this. When reaching this point, let me explain how to crochet here. The single crochets on this half of the glasses frame are done. Up to this head position, we simply place the hook on this side. and work a single crochet with the yarn over there. Then continue. Work single crochets. Just crochet straight through like this. Then when crocheting to the middle bridge here, let me explain how to do it. After completing this round inside the frame, we'll join with a slip stitch to the first stitch. The first single crochet we made earlier is here, so we'll slip stitch it. Then work a beginning chain. Next, we'll turn the glasses around to this side. At the last single crochet here, we crocheted all the way from that side to here. At this last single crochet, slip stitch again without breaking the yarn. Then we'll work single crochets on the bridge. Bring the yarn over here. Right here. Work single crochets. Continue crocheting. Work 5 single crochets on this bridge. Move it to the front here. Then we go directly from here. Pull over to the left frame. Continue working single crochets. Here. Work single crochets. When you reach this position, as we mentioned earlier how this side is crocheted, just follow the same method. After reaching this position, let's go over it again, finish crocheting here, then bind off. Continue to this position, following the same method we used for this side earlier. When crocheting, work a single crochet, pull it through, and tighten the back loop with this hand. Pull to the desired length, then tighten, and work a single crochet. Continue crocheting. Pull over and tighten the back loop. Keep following this method all the way to this position. Once you reach here, fill this area completely, then join with a slip stitch to the first stitch on this side. Slip stitch, then make a beginning chain. Then move forward with a slip stitch here, turn your work, and slip stitch 2 stitches upward. Be careful when threading the needle. Pay attention when pulling it over. Then here, cut the yarn. Weave in the yarn tails. After finishing the frame and the temple, we notice this area is still exposed. Look at this side. Now we'll crochet this part. When crocheting this area, count 5 stitches from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Work single crochets into these 5 stitches. Flat crochet, these 5 stitches, we counted are basically all along this middle line. It's in this position. From here, insert the hook. The yarn. Insert into. Work a beginning chain. Tighten the yarn tail here and tuck it inside. Work single crochets into the same stitch we just inserted the hook into. The frame below is stiff here. Inserting the hook is a bit tricky here. Work a single crochet. Tighten the yarn tail, give it a gentle tug. Then insert into the second stitch and work another single crochet. We found the position for 5 stitches earlier. We'll work 5 single crochets, then continue flat crocheting for a total of 4 rows. After weaving in a few stitches, we can leave this yarn tail. We'll cut the yarn later. 4th stitch. 5th stitch. Good, all the positions we found earlier now have single crochets. Next, make a beginning chain, and turn to work 5 single crochets. Then turn again to crochet. We need to work 4 rows total, and now these 4 rows are completed. Now we can pull the yarn a bit longer, cut the yarn. We're going to position it like this. Attach it right here. Now tuck the yarn tail underneath first. This is the top part, so tuck it underneath. Just weave in a few stitches since we'll secure it with glue later. Now grab the glue. Apply glue here and a bit on the side edges. Spread the glue on. Right here, and a bit more on the side edges. Press it down with your hand at this position. Pinch the side edges as well. Press it down to let the glue set. Now the top part is done, it's all one piece. This side isn't crocheted yet, so you'll need to crochet it yourself. This works better because it creates a moving joint, so you don't need to worry about it. After finishing the glasses frame, we still need to work on top of it. Crochet 1 round of white here in this section. Same for this part, make sure to crochet on the top, not the bottom. On the glasses, this curved part rests on the ear, so this is the top part. We need to be precise. Turn it over like this part is the top, and we'll work single crochets here. Crochet 1 round of white here, insert the hook. First, bring in our white yarn. Make a chain stitch. Work a single crochet into the first stitch, where you inserted the hook. Tighten the white yarn tail a bit. After completing this single crochet, we will skip 1 stitch unworked here. Do not work into the second stitch, work a single crochet into the next stitch. We don't need to add any chain stitches in the middle here, just work a single crochet, skip 1 stitch unworked, and insert the hook into the next stitch to work a single crochet. After finishing this, skip 1. Then work a single crochet into the stitch after skipping 1. The last single crochet on this side is done. If you have one stitch left when you reach here, and don't have enough to skip one and work one, just ignore it and stop at this position. At this point, we're one stitch short. Cut the yarn. Hide this yarn tail by tucking it to the back. We've crocheted it to the back. Then use a sewing needle, or this crochet hook to sew it into these areas. Cut off the front yarn tail. Also, the top part needs to work one round of white yarn just like here. Now let's work on the second part, the decorative element on the glasses, which is a Christmas tree. The Christmas tree has a right side and a wrong side. After finishing crocheting, this part will be sewn together. Now let's look at the right side crocheting first. The right side has extra leaves, while the wrong side is plain. Okay, now we'll crochet the Christmas tree flat. First, start with 15 chain stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We've started 15 chain stitches. Next, work 14 single crochets in the second chain from hook. This first stitch, this second stitch, work in the second chain from hook, insert hook into the second chain and make a single crochet. 1, 2. Good, work 1 single crochet in each stitch. This row has 14 single crochets total, and now these 14 single crochets are completed. After finishing, make a turning chain, and turn your work. Next, the second row also has 14 single crochets, work 1 single crochet in each stitch. The 14 single crochets of the second row are also finished. Turn your work, first make a turning chain, turn over and work the third row. For the third row, we'll work 14 single crochets in the back loops. Here, the front loops facing us are the outer half loops, the chain near us is the outer half loop, then the position away from us. Insert the hook here, this is the inner half loop. We go through the middle of this stitch, and pick up the inner chain to work the inner half loop. Work a single crochet. Then in the second stitch. Also insert the hook through the middle. Pick up the inner part. Insert the hook into this chain. For each stitch, pick up the inner half loop to work the single crochet. This round has 14 single crochets total, all worked in the inner half loops. The 14 inner half loops are now completed. You'll see the outer half loops left here, which will be used for crocheting the leaves later. Okay, next we'll work the fourth row. Make a turning chain and turn over. For the fourth row, we'll first work 3 single crochets together as one stitch. First, we'll start by working. Insert the hook into the first stitch. First, pull out an incomplete single crochet from the first stitch. Next, from the second stitch, pull out a loop. Then from the third stitch, pull out another loop. This gives 3 stitches that will be worked together as one. Yarn over and pull through all 3 loops at once. This combines the 3 stitches into one. Next, work 8 single crochets in the middle. For the last 3 stitches, also work them together as one single crochet. Let's start by working the 8 single crochets. After completing the 8 single crochets, 3 stitches remain. These 3 stitches will be worked together as one. Pull out an incomplete single crochet from the next stitch, then another from the following stitch, and insert the hook into the last stitch. Yarn over once, and pull through all 3 loops to complete the 3 to 1 decrease. Alright, we've just completed the 4th row. Now for the 5th row, make a turning chain and turn to crochet. Next, work 10 single crochets. After finishing 10 single crochets on the 5th row, make another turning chain to start the 6th row. Work 10 single crochets into the front loops only. Earlier in the 3rd round, we worked into the back loops, which were the inner half of the chain stitches. Now we need to work into the front loops, which are the outer half closer to us. This part here, right here, like this is the back loop, and this is the front loop. Insert the hook into the front loop. 10 single crochets into the front loops for this round. 1, 2, 3. The reason why some rows require working into the back loops, while others need front loops, is ultimately to leave half a stitch here. For crocheting the leaves, 10 front loop single crochets for the 6th round are completed. Now move on to the 7th round. Start with a turning chain, turn to crochet, and we'll need to decrease again. 3 stitches work together as one. First one, pull through, then from the next stitch. Pull through again from the next stitch. Pull through once more. Like this. Pull through all these loops at once, that's 3 stitches work together as one. Then work 4 single crochets. After completing these 4 single crochets, the last 3 stitches also need to be worked together as one. Once finished, make a turning chain, and proceed to the 8th row. Work 6 even single crochets for the 8th row. After completing 6 single crochets on the 8th row, make a turning chain, turn to crochet the 9th row. For the 9th row, we'll work 6 back loop single crochets. Back loop single crochet is worked into this V-shaped loop here. Crochet 6 single crochets. After completing 6 back loop single crochets, make a turning chain and move on to the 10th row. There are 6 stitches remaining here, which need to be decreased 3 at a time. First take the first 3 stitches. Work them together as one stitch, that's 3 stitches decreased to 1. Then work the last 3 stitches together as one. This row now only has 2 single crochets. 2 single crochets here, then we make a turning chain, turn and work 2 single crochets. 1, 2. The 11th row is completed. After finishing the 11th row, we proceed to the 12th row, make a turning chain. For the 12th row, we'll work front loop single crochets, 2 single crochets. Front loop means the loop closest to you. Only 2 stitches remain here. Watch carefully, 1 here, 1 there, then insert the hook into the front loop to work a single crochet. For the last stitch, work a front loop single crochet. After completing, make a turning chain. Okay. Now we can see all. These half braids are left on the right side of the same piece. The last one is here and here since there are only 2 left. When working the leaves, find the correct position. This is the right side crocheting. After finishing, we'll work the trunk. For the trunk, the first row consists of 14 single crochets, so we will take 6 stitches in the middle. Work single crochets. Skip 4 stitches, count 1, 2, 3, 4, then insert the hook into the 5th stitch. On the right side, this front row. Place the brown yarn behind this, pull through to make a turning chain. In the same stitch, work a single crochet. Tighten the yarn tail a bit when working here. Then proceed to the next stitch. Also work a single crochet. We'll work 6 single crochets like this. The first row's 6 single crochets are completed. Make a turning chain, turn, work flat. Work 1 single crochet in each stitch. Work even for 5 rows. These 5 rows are completed. Make a chain stitch. This one chain stitch. Then fasten off the yarn. After fastening off, tuck in the yarn tails from this tree and the trunk. Weave them in for a few stitches. Trim the yarn. Next, we'll work on the leaves. The leaves are worked on the half chains left out. Let's look here first. Starting from the bottom row left out, we insert the hook first. Then work 2 half double crochets in each stitch. Same for every stitch left out in each row. First we hook the yarn from this half stitch left out, then chain 1. Then work a half double crochet. Work another half double crochet in the same stitch. Then pull the yarn tail a bit tighter. Next stitch. Also work 2 half double crochets. Then, same for every stitch. Work 2 more half double crochets. The last stitch here is done with half double crochet, chain 1, then cut the yarn. Next we work the row we left out earlier, same method, work 2 half double crochets in each end left out. And this one. And the 2 stitches inside, total we work 1 2 3 4, total 4 rows of leaves, go ahead and try it. So these 4 rows of leaves are all completed, then tuck all the yarn tails inside. The front side is completed. Next we work the back of the Christmas tree, which is much simpler. No need to work front, back loops or leaves, just turn over and crochet directly like this. Same as before, start with 15 chain stitches. These 15 chain stitches are done. Now work back into the second chain from hook, 14 single crochets. After completing 14 single crochets, chain 1, turn over to this side. Then rows 2 through 3 are all 14 single crochets. Here's row 2 with 14 single crochets. Row 3's 14 single crochets are also completed. Continue with chain 1, turn over to work the 4th round, 4th row. Row 4 starts with the first 3 stitches and last 3 stitches all decreasing to 1 stitch. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through from the second stitch, and third stitch same yarn over, pull through. Then, pull all loops at once, that's 1 decrease, followed by 8 single crochets. After completing 8 single crochets, 3 stitches remain which need to be decreased to 1 stitch. Okay, this part is completed. Then chain 1, turn over to work row 5, which has 10 single crochets. Row 6 also has 10 single crochets. Continue crocheting. After completing rows 5 and 6, with even single crochets, chain 1, turn over to work row 7. Row 7 decreases the first 3 and last 3 stitches to 1 stitch each, with 4 single crochets in the middle. First, decrease the first 3 single crochets to 1 stitch. Then work 4 single crochets. After completing 4 single crochets, 3 stitches remain at the end which need to be decreased to 1 stitch. This completes row 7, then work rows 8 and 9, both having 6 single crochets. Go ahead and crochet them. After completing even crocheting for rows 8 and 9, proceed to row 10 with 6 stitches. Decrease every 3 stitches to 1 stitch. First, decrease the front 3 stitches to 1 stitch. Then decrease the next 3 stitches. That's 1 decrease stitch completed. Chain 1, then work rows 11 and 12, both with 2 single crochets. After completing 2 single crochets for row 11, chain 1 and work 2 single crochets for row 12. Okay, chain 1 more, then cut the yarn. Next, crochet the trunk section. This trunk section was already explained when crocheting the front body. It's the exact same method, so crochet carefully. How is it done? This is embroidered using the French knot technique. This is also a relatively simple embroidery method. Here you can choose your preferred color to embroider. First, take a strand of yarn and thread it through the sewing needle. Then decide what color you want and where to embroider. I'm embroidering a white one in the middle, and I want another white one here, so I'll insert the needle from bottom to top at the spot I want to embroider. Find a spot where we want to stitch down. Pull the needle through. Like this. There's a bit of yarn tail here. Place the needle in position, right here, with the yarn on its left side. Wrap the yarn. I wrapped it 8 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then pull tight on this strand. Raise your right hand a bit higher, and insert the needle slightly beside where it came out, not in the exact same spot, but just next to it. Insert it there. This is also a French knot technique. You can also look up tutorials on French knots to see how it's done. Now take this needle. Pull it through from here. Pull this yarn too. Then push the wrapped yarn forward and tidy it up into a circular shape. Try to make it as round as possible, and tighten the strands on both sides. Then tidy it up again. Alright, it looks good now. Take out the glue. Take out the glue. Flip it over to the wrong side, and squeeze a little glue in the middle of the back. Stick it on. Tidy it up while sticking. Try to make it more three-dimensional. Rounder is better. Looks nicer. Once it's glued properly. We'll make a simple knot here at the end. Then cut the yarn off. For the remaining spots, choose your preferred position and color to embroider as you like. Now let's crochet this small star. Take out color 1 yarn. First, wrap the yarn around your middle finger to form a loop. Then, work 3 chain stitches into the loop, 1, 2, 3. You can tighten the yarn a bit and hold it with your hand. Next, work a slip stitch into the second chain from the hook. After completing the slip stitch, work 1 chain stitch, then work another slip stitch into the loop. This completes 1 corner. Next, repeat, work 3 chain stitches, then work a slip stitch into the second chain. Then work 1 chain stitch back into the loop. Work a slip stitch into the loop again to complete the second corner. For the third corner, repeat, work 3 chain stitches, then work a slip stitch into the second chain. Then work 1 chain stitch, and work a slip stitch back into the loop. The third corner is completed. Follow this pattern to finish the remaining 2 corners. Now we've completed all 5 corners. Pull the yarn tail tight. After tightening, pull the yarn a bit longer and then cut the yarn. There's a small yarn tail. Then, take the yarn from where we cut it and pull it to the wrong side. From here, from the back side. Work 1 stitch, come out from the wrong side, then pull the yarn over. Then gently tidy up. Tie a simple knot with these 2 yarns at the back. Don't pull too tight, just make a gentle simple knot. For the second knot, pull it tight. Alright, this little star is done. Now let's crochet the antlers. These antlers don't need to be sewn on, they're crocheted directly onto it. Let's see how it's done. First, we need to start with 8 chain stitches. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. After making 8 chain stitches, we'll join them together to form a circle. This position connects with the last one to make a loop. From the very top stitch to the first starting stitch. Let's do it. Join with a slip stitch. Connecting the beginning and ending forms a circle, so now it's a complete circle. Then we work a beginning chain, insert the hook into the first stitch here. Now we'll work 8 single crochets in this round. 8 single crochets without increasing or decreasing. These 8 single crochets are completed. Next we join with a slip stitch to the first stitch. The yarn tail from earlier can be trimmed off now. Locate the first stitch we crocheted earlier. The first stitch is here, we'll connect with a slip stitch from this point. The second, third, and fourth rounds all have 8 single crochets, all without increasing or decreasing. Work 1 single crochet in each stitch, completing 4 rounds of 8 even single crochets. Next we crochet the third round, which is the same as the fourth round, 8 even single crochets, 1 in each stitch. The fourth round is completed, now we move on to the fifth round. The fifth round is 3 single crochets, 1 increase, repeated twice. First work 3 single crochets. Next work into the following stitch. 1 single crochet increase, work 2 single crochets in the same stitch, then continue with 3 even single crochets. The last stitch is a single crochet increase, work 2 single crochets in this stitch. Join with a slip stitch to the first stitch. The fifth round is finished, now work the sixth round. The sixth round starts with 3 single crochets. 1, 2, 3. After 3 single crochets, work 2 chain stitches. 1, 2. After these 2 chain stitches, skip 4 stitches, count 4 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, starting from the 5th stitch here. Insert the hook into the 6th stitch. Work a single crochet directly. The last 2 remaining stitches are also single crochets. Good, this round is done. First work 3 single crochets, then 2 chain stitches. Skip 4 stitches here, then work 3 single crochets. Join with a slip stitch to the first stitch. Now we begin the 7th round, which is 8 single crochets. First work the 3 single crochets we made in the previous 6th round directly on top of them. Then, since we just worked 2 chain stitches here, now work 2 single crochets on top of these 2 chain stitches. When working here, look at this braid inside the braid. This chain stitch has 1 braid below and 1 braid above. When working here, pick the upper braid to crochet, leaving the lower thread out for later when we work the antlers. Insert the hook in the middle of these 2 braids, pick the upper thread, insert into the upper braid and work a single crochet. For the second chain stitch, also insert in the middle, pick the upper braid to work. Now there are already 5 single crochets, we just worked 3 single crochets at the end earlier. Continue working single crochets on top of the single crochets. We need to be mindful that the single crochet next to this chain stitch isn't very visible. Remember there's a single crochet here, insert and work a single crochet. Next, work single crochets on the last 2 stitches. After completing this round, join with a slip stitch to the first stitch. This round totals 8 single crochets. Next, we work the 8th round. The 8th round is 3 single crochets, 1 increase. First work 3 single crochets, 1, 2, 3. Then work a single crochet increase, work 2 single crochets in this stitch. Continue working 3 single crochets. The last stitch is a single crochet increase, completing this round with 10 single crochets. Next, we work the 9th round, which is 10 single crochets worked evenly. After completing these 10 even single crochets, we proceed to the 10th round. The method for the 10th round is the same as the 6th round. First, work 3 single crochets. 1, 2, 3. After completing 3 single crochets, work 2 chain stitches. After completing these 2 chains, skip the next 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. How to skip these 4? Make a chain stitch by inserting the hook into this stitch. Work a single crochet. The last 2 stitches are also single crochets. Next, we work the 11th round. For the 11th round, pay close attention to how it's worked. We start with 2 slip stitches. First, let's take the previous round. First, join with a slip stitch, here, then begin the 11th round. Work a chain stitch, then for the 11th round, start with 2 slip stitches. 1, 2, 2 slip stitches. Work 4 single crochets. Work a single crochet here. Place a stitch marker here since this will be the first stitch for the next round. We mark it now. Next, continue working single crochets. Since we skipped and worked 2 slip stitches, plus 1 single crochet, we still need to work 3 more single crochets. Work 2 single crochets into the chain stitches, insert the hook into the middle, pick up the top strand of the braid to work the single crochet. One, 2. Next, we still need to work 1 more single crochet. There's a single crochet here, the one after the chain stitch, so work another single crochet. When you get here, work 2 chain stitches. 1, 2. Then, skip the last 2 stitches remaining. Leave these 2 stitches unworked, and don't work a slip stitch here. This spot corresponds to the first stitch, where we previously worked 2 slip stitches. Normally, when a round ends, you'd finish with a slip stitch into the first stitch. But here, we skip those 2 stitches, no slip stitches worked, meaning we skip 3 or 4 stitches total, 1, 2, 3, 4, leaving these 4 stitches unworked. So where do we slip stitch? From the position where we placed the stitch marker earlier. This first single crochet in the round is where we place the stitch marker for the slip stitch. It leaves 4 stitches skipped. Remove the stitch marker and insert the hook into that marked position. Slip stitch. After the slip stitch, work a single crochet in the same stitch. Work a single crochet in the next stitch. Work a single crochet increase in the following stitch. Then work 2 even single crochets. Now we're at the space left by the 2 skip chain stitches. Insert the hook through the center of the first chain. Work a single crochet. On the last chain, pick up the strand above it to work 2 single crochets. The final stitch is a single crochet increase. That completes the round with 8 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 single crochets total. Next, slip stitch to join with the first stitch. Now work rounds 13 through 15, all with 8 single crochets each. Round 13, 8 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Round 13 is done. Now work rounds 14 and 15 on your own, all with 8 even single crochets. Round 15 is completed. Next, let's start round 16. 2 single crochets, 1, 2. Now make 1 single crochet by decreasing 2 stitches into 1. Pick up the front loop only. The front loop of the second stitch, then pull through to complete a decrease. Next, work 2 more single crochets. Then decrease again, 1 decrease stitch. This round will finish with 6 single crochets total. For round 17, work 6 even single crochets. After completing 6 single crochets, we're done here. Join with a slip stitch to the first stitch. Chain 1. Next, leave a slightly longer yarn tail for closing. Thread the yarn tail through a sewing needle to close, inserting through the front loop of each stitch. Go through every front loop. After threading through 6 stitches, pull the yarn tight. Once tightened, thread the yarn inside. Pull it all the way down to the bottom. And pull it through. That's it. The holes we left earlier will be used for the antler branches. Now we'll crochet the bottom branch first. Below here, we skipped 4 stitches earlier. 1, 2, 3, 4, we'll make single crochets in each of these 4 stitches, then through the space formed by the 2 chain stitches above. Didn't we already work single crochets through the top strand of those 2 chains? Now we'll also work single crochets through the bottom strands, making 6 single crochets total for this round. Let's start with the first single crochet below. Insert the hook directly into the first stitch. Yarn over. Pull through. Chain 1. Now work a single crochet in each stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll also take this yarn tail. Pull it down to the bottom and place it in the front opening. Next, work a single crochet in the fourth stitch. Now we've reached the 2 chain stitches above the yarn left here. Insert the hook into the first chain, and work a single crochet. Next one. Same in this yarn, work a single crochet. Now 6 single crochets are completed. Return to the first stitch and join with a slip stitch. This round of 6 single crochets is finished. Decrease 1 stitch. Now work the branches. In the second round, we work 2 stitches. 2 single crochets, 1 increase. 1, 2. After completing these 2 single crochets, work a single crochet increase in the next stitch. Then work 2 more single crochets. 1, 2. The last stitch is also a single crochet increase, work 2 single crochets in 2 stitches. This round totals 8 single crochets when completed. Next, join with a slip stitch to the first stitch. Now we crochet the third round, which is 8 single crochets worked even. Okay, the third round is finished. Join with a slip stitch to the first stitch. Let's start the fourth round for the branch, which is 2 single crochets followed by a decrease. 1, 2. Then decrease 1 stitch. The next 2 stitches will be worked together as one. Then work 2 more single crochets. 1, 2. The last 2 stitches also need to be worked together as one. After completing this round, there will be 6 single crochets total. Join with a slip stitch to the first stitch. Next, work 6 single crochets evenly. After completing the 6 single crochets, join with a slip stitch to the first stitch. This completes one branch. Once finished, use the same closing method as mentioned earlier, leaving a long tail. We'll use a sewing needle to close it up shortly. Next, the method for this side and the other side is the same as this branch. Both involve working 4 single crochets into the 4 stitches below, then picking up the 2 strands left from the chain stitches above and working single crochets there as well. It's the same here too, 4 single crochets below and 2 single crochets above, forming a total of 6 single crochets in the round. Go ahead and work it yourself. After finishing, it should look like this. Then thread the yarn onto a sewing needle, as mentioned earlier, and close the opening. This is what it looks like fully closed. Like this. 2 antlers. Now let's work on the small ears. Wrap the yarn around twice on your hand. Insert the hook into the loop. First, work 6 single crochets. After completing the 6 single crochets, tighten the yarn loop first. After tightening this strand, pull on the yarn tail. Pull it tight. After joining with a slip stitch, work the second round with 6 increases, meaning 2 single crochets in each stitch. After finishing this round, there are 12 single crochets total. Go ahead and work it yourself. Once the 2 single crochets in the last stitch are completed, slip stitch into the first single crochet. Next, work the third round. The third round starts with 1 single crochet, then a single crochet increase in the next stitch, 2 single crochets in one stitch. This forms one group, and we need 6 groups total. In the third round, 2 single crochets are worked in the last stitch, completing the round. Next, work the fourth round. From the 4th to 8th rounds, work 18 single crochets evenly, meaning 1 single crochet per stitch without increasing or decreasing. Rounds 4 through 8 are the same, 1 single crochet per stitch. After completing the last single crochet of the 8th round, slip stitch into the first single crochet to finish the ear. Leave a long tail for sewing. When sewing, pinch it like this. This creates a small ear. Now proceed to assemble the third section. First, attach the 2 trees together. First, prepare 2 shaping wires, each about 30 centimeters long. Then prepare a piece of green yarn and thread it through. Now take the sewing needle and start sewing the tree. Sew together the front body and the wrong side pieces. We sew with the wrong sides facing each other, matching the wrong side of this piece with the wrong side of the tree. Press them together like this. Then insert the hook from the green area next to the trunk. There's a bit of yarn tail here. Then work 1 stitch into each stitch. Like this. Use the whip stitch method to sew. This sewing method is relatively simple. Just like this. Continue sewing up to this position, then we'll explain how to sew the top part. Because at the top, we need to attach the antlers together while sewing. We've sewn up to the very top now. Let's add the antlers. First, we'll sew the left side of the tree. Take the antler. The left antler should be placed on the left side, like this, making sure it leans to the left. As for the right antler, position it slightly to the right, attaching it on this side of the tree. When assembling, these 2 antlers face each other in this position while sewing. First, let's sew the left antler. Before sewing, we need to insert the shaping wire here. Fold the shaping wire in the middle. Make it a bit smaller. Insert it into this antler. It can be bent like this at this antler. Now, just place it like this. The top of the tree. Wrap it around, leaning to the left. Now sew it together with the tree. When reaching the top while sewing, thread it through the antler. Pass through the antler, then exit from the wrong side of the tree. Secure it together with the antler. Continue sewing a few more stitches to secure well. Follow this method. Sew each stitch carefully. Wrap the antler into the Christmas tree and sew all the way down to the bottom. Now let's talk about the beam rod assembly. The tree section and antler connection have been sewn together. Now weave in and cut the yarn. Now we can assemble it onto the glasses. It should be placed on the left side. There are 2 shaping wires here, place them at this part of the glasses. Look at the middle position of the glasses frame. Once the position is confirmed, take the shaping wire. Roll it up. Fix it using our glasses frame. Roll it twice around. Be careful not to pull it down to this position while rolling, there's a shaping wire here. Twist the shaping wire like this. Twist it down twice. Like this. You can cut off the excess shaping wire. Or twist it a few more times if needed. But usually 2 twists are tight enough. After tightening it, clip it again to make it stick closer to the glasses frame. Next, thread this side through. Also place it inside the frame. Twist a few times. Twist it like this twice. Then cut it off. This secures it well to the glasses frame. Next, we'll do some sewing. Take yarn that matches the trunk color and thread it through the sewing needle. Sew the shaping wire and the glasses frame together like this. Just secure this position well. First, sew 1 stitch here. After leaving some yarn tail. When sewing here, you can gather the top piece, the frame, and the base piece all together in the thread and pull them through. Sew them all together. Make sure it aligns with the glasses frame. Sew it more securely. When sewing underneath, it should look like this. From under the glasses frame. Sew the 2 pieces together. While sewing, thread the base piece and front body together through each other. Then pull tight. Pull tight firmly, making sure the shaping wire is covered and secured. Sew it yourself until you reach this side. After sewing, we'll attach a star here. This position will look great, hiding the seam completely. Add a small star here. Alright, finish the rest yourself using this method, it's very simple. Next, now sew the small ears. When crocheted, they should look like this at this position. Pinch this part together and sew it with this yarn, then trim the yarn tail. We need to use Christmas tree colors for sewing since it'll be attached to the tree. Place it at this position. Now we'll thread the yarn. Insert it through. There's a bit of yarn tail here. Take a look. At this position. We'll secure the position at the back first, roughly here, then insert from here to fix it in place. Sew and secure it onto the Christmas tree and antlers. There's no special technique here, just make sure it's fixed. Tighten it. Sew a few stitches and it'll be securely in place. Next, we'll adjust it slowly to find a better position for sewing. You can sew it yourself. Connect the antlers with the tree. Just join them together. After sewing, it should look like this. The back looks like this. The front looks like this. Following the same method, sew this side together. Do it yourself following this technique. This is what it looks like when fully assembled.